let's get to what we really want to talk about here, Ice. Summer League, right? We have Summer League ball. How do I put this delicately? I can't put it delicately. It looks very painful for Bronny James right now.
Yeah.
It does. He and LeBron, I felt like tried to couch it as best he could before Summer League. I think when he was talking to, us at USA Basketball when I was in Vegas, and we had asked him, it was like a small session, maybe like 9 or 10 reporters. And I think we asked him about, I think it was a bigger session. And we asked him about Bronny playing in Summer League. And he says, the numbers and all those other things won't matter. Whether he struggles won't, matter because it doesn't mean anything. The problem is, Ice, it really does look like a huge struggle from the California Classic, to how he played yesterday against the Celtics. I mean, yeah, the one shot he made, the crowd went wild, but man, it was a lot of air balls. It was a lot of, man, does he look like he belongs out there? And I wonder, is this a matter of, does he need development, or is he just not ready for this?
Can it be both? Can it be a little of both? I think one, practically looking at it, came from high school, played at USC, obviously after cardiac arrest and getting his body back, right? Averaged 4 points at USC, did not, play a ton of time. So, and me just watching him, to be honest, it just looked like he needs to hoop more. I feel like if I was, his trainer in his ear, you just need to hoop more. At any chance that you could be playing pickup with these guys on the court, doing whatever, you just need to hoop more. And every second you take it serious and get better in multiple ways. I think him looking uncomfortable is, he hasn't played at this level a ton, right? Like some of these guys he's playing against in Summer League, of Reed Shepherd, played every single minute at Kentucky, had plenty of time, looks amazing because, you in stride. You picking up where you left off. Unfortunately, Bronny is picking up where he left off against a little bit better competition, and that's exactly what it looks like, quite honestly to me. I think, in doing some research, we've seen, JJ Redick talk about, he was on a podcast the other day and talked about, Bronny's play and kind of what he thought could be positive takeaways from it in terms of the defensive side of the basketball. He was like, we absolutely need to develop his shot. We need to develop his skills. He's got a great feel, but instinctively, he's a natural on the defensive side of the basketball. Cool. That doesn't surprise me. Knowing who his father is, the athletic ability that he grew up seeing firsthand, that doesn't surprise me. But I don't know if he can be a player that stays in the league because of his defensive side of the basketball. That I don't see either. And so I feel like he needs time for development. I feel like he knows he needs time to develop and just to play more. And I think we all knew in him getting drafted, there were other second rounders, right, that had done more, experienced more, better stats, etc. Right? We knew what it was going to be. So I'm also not surprised by it. I didn't think he was going to get in there and just be dropping 20 and it was going to be easy. I felt like he was going to need time to hoop at this level and get adjusted, and that's what we're seeing. And as long as Lakers are committed to developing him, which they will be, it'd be fine.
I will tell you this. There is no way people are going to be rational about this at all.
No.
Because they are seeing so much of themselves in this as opposed to seeing Bronny James. Bronny is a symbol of something and more directly LeBron is a symbol of something here. So I've gotten the mentions in my tweets. You don't have no kids. I have friends of mine getting into full-blown Instagram arguments. You ever got to an Instagram argument? You know how hard that is to get into an IG direct message argument with a friend of yours who is telling you don't know what it means to be a father. And I'm like, that's the point, Chief. This ain't about fatherhood. This ain't about Black symbolism. You know what I mean? This ain't about that. The problem for Bronny and the Lakers is twofold. A, these dudes gonna see themselves as getting their name off on Bronny, right? Secondarily, there's going to be a player, who knows? There's going to be some player who emerges from not being drafted to being a contributor to some NBA team this season. And if the Lakers are struggling, then Bronny will be looked at as, man, why didn't y'all get him as opposed to giving Bronny a 4-year, $7.9 guaranteed $1 million deal? That's unfair to him in this way. maybe he wanted this, but it feels like it's going to be an unfair amount of heat coming this way because so many other people were involved in making this decision. And Isis, you make the biggest, most critical part of this when you said a year ago, this kid suffered a cardiac arrest. Just because we didn't see it, like we saw with Damar Hamlin in Cincinnati, the football player, don't mean it didn't happen. Don't mean it wasn't just as scary. So the fact that he's actually on a floor playing basketball is an accomplishment in itself. It just doesn't mean it has to be there. Like, part of me wonders, man, would this 19-year-old be happier in college getting NIL money playing Call of Duty like he did when he won the Call of Duty, tournament in Vegas or whatever? I guess it just feels so weird to me. Even the discussion just feels a little swarmy to me, I suppose. And you can't really have these conversations out loud. You got to have these conversations in quiet rooms. So I'll just end it with this. LeBron being out in Abu Dhabi, I'm sure you've seen Coming to America, right? When he finds out that Prince Hakeem was working in McDowell's, my son works. Get him off the floor. Get him off the floor. Get him off the floor. That's what it looks like. Get him off. He don't need to play no more. He's seen enough. So maybe Bronny winds up spending some time with the South Bay Lakers or whatever they're called in the G League, and maybe they figure some stuff out.